welcome to the first of 1, 2, 3 December vlogs. I have finally finished my November TBR. It is December 2nd and I can finally start on Christmas. I've been really anticipating this, and I'm very excited that we can get to all the Christmas romances. The first thing I will be reading this week is The Mistletoe Motive by Chloe Leese. This is only like, it's 179 pages. So this is my first book for December. This is for Predictathon, because I am participating in that readathon right now. This is a book who's by an author you've previously given 5 stars. I'm working on becoming the biggest Chloe Leese stan of all time. That's my goal. So it is Friday. I just got off of work. I'm going to go make dinner and get some reading done. I made some coffee, so I can probably stay up a little bit late. And I'm very excited to get to this. I've been waiting for all the Christmas. I decided to make coffee and then film, and it's all very loud, but I think it's finally done. Hi. It's the next day, I think. It's Saturday. And I finished The Mistletoe Motive this morning. This did come out of 4 stars, which made me a little sad, but I honestly think 90% of it is the fact that it was short. This was like 170, under 180 pages. But I really enjoyed it. So this is a novella that takes place mostly in a bookstore, an independent bookstore, and Jonathan and I'm blanking on her name, Gabby, both like co-manage this bookstore, but this bookstore is struggling and they don't know if they're going to be able to reopen after Christmas and after the New Year. And so they're both trying to find ways to bring business to this bookshop so that it can stay afloat. They've been working together for about a year, but they are very much opposites. It's a very grumpy sunshine dynamic. And they don't get along at all. They spent the last year in this contentious relationship where they don't like each other, but they work together and they're constantly bickering, but basically they have to kind of sort of come together and save this bookstore. And this is super cute. This has got the similar vibes. The back of this compares this to The Hating Game and You've Got Mail, and this is for sure just a really interesting combination of the two. I didn't give this 5 stars, but I did really enjoy this. A Chloe Leese hero is, oof, the way they take care of their people makes me super happy. I really love them. So Jonathan was great, especially because he's the grumpy guy. So once you start to peel back some of those layers and kind of he becomes more vulnerable, he was wonderful. Gabby was fantastic. She is very enthusiastic specifically about Christmas. She is also on the autism spectrum and has this ex who just won't leave her alone, which gives Jonathan some great moments to kind of slide in there and be a little bit of a hero. I really enjoyed this, and I'm still very excited to read the rest of Chloe Leese sometime early in 2023. Next, we're going to start Kiss Her Once for Me by Alison Cochrane. I don't know anything about this, except this is the author who wrote The Charm Offensive, which is one of my top books of the year. And it is fake dating, but it is about a woman who is fake dating her landlord and then falls for his sister. So I'm cool with that. I've heard some very fantastic things about this in the last couple of weeks, so I'm very excited to sit down and read this. And yeah, I'm very excited about this. There's a font change in the middle of this. I'm not concerned. I am curious as to what's going on. So I am going to go eat dinner. I'm going to get some coffee. I'm going to start reading this, and I will update you when I've made some kind of progress. Hello. I have no idea if I updated you last night. I remember thinking about it, and then I don't know if I actually followed through. So here we are. It is Sunday evening. I have been out attempting to Christmas shop. I did not buy a single thing, but I picked up a bunch of books from my parents' house, which, will you see this before? Yes. So I will link my book haul somewhere. I brought a lot of books in, and it's a problem. But anyway, I am 78 pages into Kiss Her Once for Me. I am very much enjoying this. I really like the way that this author has portrayed some of the mental health situations in this book. The main character has severe social anxiety and kind of just hangs out by herself, and I feel that in all its ways. I think our situations are a little bit different, as she has a very strained relationship with her parents and is kind of without people in her life, and it makes her reluctant to find new people, but also like I don't know. But I don't know if I ever mentioned what this was about, because what I really like about some of these books that I go into knowing very little is that they end up being about something not completely different, but this is not entirely what I thought it was. So a year ago, I'm gonna forget names again. A year ago, Ellie met this woman in a bookstore, and they had one magical day together, and she kind of fell in love with her in a day. I guess they like hooked up, and then something happened and they went their separate ways the very next day. This book has a lot of Last Christmas like reference to it. I don't know why we used Holly Jolly Christmas in the title, but that's fine. So a year later, her world has fallen apart, and she is working as a barista and can't make rent, and the situation with her mother is still very strained, and she decides to marry this guy, this landlord that owns the coffee shop she works in, because he needs to be married in order to get his inheritance from his grandfather. And if she does this, he has agreed to pay her $200,000 of the like $2 million that he said to inherit. But part of the agreement also means that Ellie has to go back to the other guy's name is Andrew, his family's cabin for Christmas, where he runs into Andrew's sister, who may be the woman who is the woman. I guess it's on page 78. I don't know if this is a spoiler, considering what I already thought about. Oh, it's on the back of the book. It's not a spoiler. So Ellie goes home with Andrew for Christmas, only to find out that the woman from last year is actually Andrew's sister. So that is literally the reveal that I ended on last night, and I have not had a chance to read anything yet today, but it is, I don't even know what time of day it is. It's dark out. It's almost 5 o'clock. So I am going to get hopefully another 80 pages read. I want to get a lot read tonight, because I keep doing this to myself. I want to finish this before Thursday, because Thursday night starts RomComAthon, and for that I want to be able to read Merry Little Meet Cute in its entirety for that weekend. Again, I'm actually not sure I'm going to finish it that weekend. It depends on, well, I remember today that my nephew's birthday party is next weekend, but we'll see how it goes. I should still have some time. So I'm going to go get to this. I think I need to edit a video and then get some reading done, and I will update you later. Hi. It's been several days. I don't even know how many. I don't remember last time I even filmed anything. It's been a long week. It is Friday afternoon. So if my Teams goes off in the background, ignore it. I'm going to for a minute. It's been a week. I've had a really odd, really not great mental health week this week, and so there were a couple of days this week where I was like, no reading is getting done. But I seem to be coming out of the other end of that, thankfully. But I did finish Kiss Her Once for Me by Allison Cochran. I gave this 4 stars, 4.5 stars. I'm going to give it that extra half because I couldn't quite give it 5 stars. But like, it's not a 4-star book. This was really good. I have one problem, and the problem is entirely mine. So I think I loved so much of this. I really liked the characters. I liked the story. I liked the side characters, Andrew and Dylan should have their own book, is really all I'm saying here. And I loved both Ellie and Jack. The only problem I had with this, and the reason that I couldn't give this 5 stars, is that the way their relationship progressed didn't work for me, because I wasn't able to connect and to understand that their feelings were developing. So Jack and Ellie meet over and spend one whole day with each other, and then when they separate for, you know, a reason, Ellie is still in love with Jack, or Ellie is in love with Jack and has had her heart broken. Like, I understand her being hurt, but she was in love with her after a day, which for me, that doesn't work. I know it's probably happens occasionally, but in general for me, it doesn't work, because then the rest of the story and their reunification, what's the word I'm looking for here? When they reunite, I feel like we skipped a bunch of steps, even though there are flashbacks to the day they met each other. I don't know. I just didn't, there's a lot of this that I just couldn't, it wasn't sitting well with me. And that's okay. That is a me thing, and I have accepted that. But I really liked so much of this. I loved I cried, which I've just decided is something I do during Alison Cochrane books now, because I sobbed during the Charm Offensive and I cried during this. And granted, I was not in the best mental space, but it hit me right where it needed to. As someone who struggles through a lot of the same things that Ellie does, not all of them, but some of them, like her relationship with people and her social anxiety. And I think now that I'm thinking about this, because I was thinking about the line in Dear Evan Hansen, that's, I learned to slam on the brakes before I even turned the key. And that is a line that resonates very well with me and my anxiety. And I think now that I'm thinking about this and speaking and thinking and talking about it, I think that's a lot of what Elle was kind of doing, although it was less that. I don't know. I'm going to fail, therefore I'm going to escape before it hurts. And I felt that a lot. So there's just so much of this that I really enjoyed. I really, really want to, there was a secondary, I'll call it a romance happening in the background that we don't see a whole lot of at all, but I want that. So if we want to write that, Alison Cochrane, I will read it. There's a whole lot of found family in here, which is my #1 buzzword, and I loved this. I'm glad that I read it. I wish I would have given it 5 stars. This was a Predictathon read. I think I'm setting myself up for failure on these, because I'm just anticipating these to be so good that I'm just not, they're not living up. I don't know. I've also talked about how I barely ever find 5 stars. I still have not had a 5 star since August. Crossing my fingers we get there soon. So today is the start of Holiday RomComAthon, and I thought it was yesterday, and I was so mad that I wasn't done with Kiss Her Once for Me, so I could start Merry Little Meet Cute. But it actually starts today, and this is next on the list. What I'm looking for right now is a little more spice in my life. And apparently this is super spicy. I'm very excited to read this. I mentioned this in I think it was in my TBR videos, that I met the authors a couple of months ago when they were touring for this, and I adore Sierra Simone, and this is the first book by Julie Murphy that I'm going to be reading. But I'm really excited about this. This is the story about a plus-size film star who I think gets kind of semi-accidentally cast as the lead in a family-friendly Christmas movie and the former bad boy pop star she falls in love with. The heroine's name is B, and she's a plus-size film star on like a knockoff website. Does it say what it's called? Closed Doors. But she's not allowed to let anyone know that she is this adult film star, because it's family friendly. It's takes place in a small town in Vermont, Anyway, she gets cast in this movie alongside a former pop star who she had a crush on when she was like a teenager, as all of us have done probably. And they are not allowed to have a relationship, and then they do. If Bea and Nolan can't keep their off-camera romance behind the scenes, then this merry little meet-cute might end up on the cutting room floor. I'm super excited for this. I don't know. At this point, if there's not a ton of plot in here, I don't care. I'm just in the mood for a good time. And I'm really hoping this lives up to it. This is not on my Predictathon TBR. Mostly because depending on the smut, it could sway me one way or the other. So I don't know. I'm hoping it's a 5-star. It could surprise me, and I want it to surprise me because both of these authors are absolutely amazing. And I had the best time when I went to the signing, and their friendship is amazing. And I want this book to be amazing. Unfortunately, it's still the middle of the day, so I have to go finish work, which I really don't want to do. It's Friday, and I just want to chill. And I've got some things going on this weekend. This is maybe the last book from this vlog. I don't even know what's going on with my own life, let alone this vlog. So, I'm going to go finish the work day. And then tonight, I'm going to be starting this. I believe there are kickoff sprints happening. And I will be try to participate with those. Hoping this will be fast. It looks like it could be fast, right? I would just like this to be a good time. So I'm going to do all those things, and then I will see you when I see ya. Hello. I make this. I have this behind me, but you can't actually see it, so what's the point? Because this is my final update for the Christmas romance portion of December. I did finish A Merry Little Me Cute, but I did not realize as I was reading it until I had already started it that it is published by Avon, which is an imprint of HarperCollins, and HarperCollins staff is currently on strike, and they have asked no one to they've asked reviewers not to speak about the books published by that publisher, so I am not going to say anything about that. Hopefully by the time I film my wrap-up, they've come to some kind of agreement, but basically the last part of this vlog is not available because we're not going to talk about the book that I read. So we're just going to kind of wrap this up here. Let me get the books. I kind of Christmased myself out, so I'm like not interested in reading. There were more Christmas romances on my TBR this month, but I'm not in the mood to read them at the moment. I tried to be festive and I failed. So we're going to quickly go through the books I did read. The first one was The Mistletoe Motive by Chloe Leese. I gave this 4 stars. I really enjoyed this. Super cute novella, super short. This was also, because we are, despite the fact that I was reading Christmas romance, this is technically a Predictathon TBR. So this was from an author who I previously gave 5 stars to. This unfortunately wasn't, but I honestly believe that it has almost everything to do with the fact that this is not a full-length book. The other one, which is a similar, and I guess both of these technically fall into both prompts. The only prompt that I'm not actually completing is 5 stars from someone who has similar reading taste than you. I'm sure there is someone who gave both of these, who has given both of these authors 5 stars. Or at least this one. So this is Kiss Her Once for Me by Allison Cochran. I really enjoyed this. I gave this one 4 stars as well. My only problem here was the fact that, I don't know, I just, the flashbacks and the building that relationship that way didn't work for me, but everything else was great. I know many people who've also given Allison Cochran's other book, The Charm Offensive, 5 stars. So I guess that's it. So I guess we can use it for that prompt. And I don't know if anyone else has given this 5 stars this year so far, but both of these are contemporary romances, which is the genre I give the most 5 stars to. However, I still have not had a 5-star book since August, and it is now December 14th. But I'm currently reading Twisted Love by Anna Huang. I am really excited about this. Maybe it'll surprise me and be that elusive 5-star. But that and my attempt at Smutathon will be in the next vlog for the rest of the month. So we're gonna wrap this up here. Comment down below and let me know if you were participating. I feel like I'm basically my entire holiday RomComAthon stuff is gone. So I feel a little weird. But I did participate and I did read Merry Little Me Cute for that hopefully I'll be able to talk about at some point. Comment down below and let me know if you were participating in either Holiday RomComAthon or Predictathon and how your reading went. Hopefully you found some 5 stars. Hopefully you found some cute Christmas romances. Please like this video if you have liked it and subscribed if you have not already. I would greatly appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.